Hello all. Studying long ago extinct species is not an easy science and requires specific skills and abilities. At the same time, almost every few days paleontologists discover new species or look at known ones from completely unexpected angles. Is it true that a Tyrannosaurus could be saved simply by standing still? Which dinosaur had even smaller front legs? What ancient rodent boasted a pair of horns? Extinct animals can make the average person scratch in the back of his head or laugh, and a scientist can make some adjustments to evolutionary laws. Homo erectus, the upright man, may have been able to build boats. It was thought that the ancestor of Homo sapiens, though he emigrated from Africa to Asia, but did so on his own 2 feet. Nevertheless, it was impossible to cross the waters of the ocean separating the island of Flores from the mainland without boats, and Homo erectus definitely got there. This is confirmed by the finds of tools in 1998, and in 2011, tools were discovered in Crete. Opabini irregulis was discovered in 1912, and then twice more in 1930 and 1972. Only afterwards was it discovered that all 3 discoveries were of the same species. This small arthropod, about 500 million years old, often makes the uninitiated laugh because of its strange appearance. Its elongated body, 5 eyes on short stalks, and unusual proboscis with claws on the end obviously used for food extraction. Aunalash tomidai is a mammal remotely resembling a hippopotamus 23 million years old. Its remains were discovered on Unalaska Island in 2015. This herbivore had a unique way of eating, clenching its jaws and sucking plants into itself with force. Supposedly it moved slowly on land like a giant sloth and swam like a polar bear. If you believe the movie Jurassic Park, Tyrannosaurus Rex could only see moving objects, but this is not true. In fact, the ancient predator's vision was one of the best of any animal living at the time. Binocular vision 55 degrees better than that of a hawk, visual acuity 13 times that of a human, plus the ability to distinguish objects over 6 kilometers away, both moving and not. Hallucigenia, which lived in the Timber 500 million years ago, was a hell of a thing. It boasted an elongated worm-like body with a dozen legs and a back decorated with spines. Initially, scientists couldn't figure out where its limbs were and where its spines were. In 2015, Hallucigenia was finally looked at under an electron microscope and saw not only a pair of eyes, but also a mouth and teeth. Carnotaurus was a formidable Cretaceous predator, although inferior to Tyrannosaurus in size and weight by about half. In addition, its forelegs were so short that they barely protruded from the torso. Paleontologists cannot explain such a difference between the forelimbs and hindlimbs of the same species. Tetrapodopus amplectus was a snake that lived 120 million years ago. This snake used 4 small limbs for catching prey. Earlier, ancient snakes with 2 legs were found, but with 4 for the first time. The fossil with the snake from Brazil had lain unnamed for quite a long time, until it was examined by paleontologist David Martin. Diplodocus, like other sauropods, could use its tail to protect itself from predators, but only relatively recently was it discovered that the speed, the tip of the tail, developed such that it broke the sound barrier, about 1,200 kilometers per hour. The resulting flick sound was more like a cannon shot. Perhaps Diplodocus even communicated through such sounds. Peziphaps solitaria I was the endemic of Rodriguez Island and became extinct in the 18th century because of human activity. As it turned out later, the bird was not completely defenseless. On its wings there were bony excrescences, so-called musket balls, covered with tough skin and used in fights between males. Ceratogalus is a prehistoric species of gopher that inhabited the steppes of northern Africa from 16 to 5 million years ago. This rodent, 30 centimeters long, had horns on its head. Scientists are still puzzling over why it needed them. The most likely defense theory is that if any predator had tried to bite the head off a scammer that had emerged from its burrow, it would have stumbled upon the sharp horns.